about some upgrade that they just did. So I had to take it off and I couldn't figure out how to get it off.
Oh. All right, we are live. Thank you guys for coming. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, open mic on the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. We are starting this off again. I was trying to do my open mic before. We started off with Ray Jane and then it didn't really hit off. So I'm starting over again, and I'm starting over again with Ray Jane. She just released her new book, Black Like That. I don't have a copy of it in my hand just yet because finances have been a little rough, but I do have a digital copy. That's right. Put that thing up in the picture frame. Beautiful book, beautiful work, from a beautiful, beautiful person. And I mean that on the inside, not saying you're not beautiful on the outside, but I mean, just altogether a beautiful person. So with Ray Jane, since she is going to be our feature today, she is going to spit one poem for us just to kind of open us up, give us a preview of what you guys got coming on later on tonight. And then we're going to hop into the open mic list that I got over here. So Ray Jane, if you just want to give us a little preview, little snippet, if you want to, explain anything about yourself, go ahead.
Thank you, Shockie. First and foremost, I appreciate you for the opportunity to share. It's not easy being a host, so kudos to you for taking on the responsibility of creating and maintaining safe spaces for us to be able to do this and fellowship with one another. As you mentioned, my name is Ray Jane. For those of you who don't know me, maybe out in YouTube or Facebook land, because everybody in here looks familiar to me in the best ways. So I'm so glad to be amongst you. As they mentioned, I got a new book out, Black Like That. And by new book, I mean my first book. This is my first book ever. I'm super excited. I still can't believe it. My head pops off every other day. And the love is real and so appreciated. So I'm gonna read you some pieces tonight from the book. I'm hoping that you can find yourself in the work, an invitation to maybe go cop the book later if you haven't already. We know real world is out there and money is funny for a lot of folks. So we know you get it when you're supposed to get it, and even if you don't, and this is the time that you get to experience it. I'm so happy to be with you nonetheless. All right, so this is a book about my experience as a Black woman in America. It's only my experience. I can't speak for everybody. So I only got one little life to live that I'm hoping is bigger than others would allow. So this first piece is very much coming from the energy that I hope is carried through the book, which is that I'm going to define my Blackness for me. And whatever that definition is, you're going to have to deal with it. So this first poem is entitled Blacker. Listen, I'm only finna tell you again, I'm blacker than you thought. Real black like that side of the hand, blacker than you let me be, blacker than you want. Blacker than your chokeholds, blacker than your taunts. Blacker than black slave catchers, blacker than your tongues. Blacker than you can imagine, real black like that side of the hand. On that side, black, I'm blacker than you thought. Listen, I'm only finna tell you again. Thank
You ain't gotta tell him once. Only tell him once. All right. She said what she said. Okay. Listen, y'all know me. I'm always pushing something. I gotta tell y'all, if you got it, definitely get Ray Jane's book. Put that up for them again now that I got you spotlighted. If you can't, if you like the performance that she does later on today, definitely throw some things in her Cash App, a good word, even if it's just $1 or $2. Buy her a coffee tomorrow morning. Whatever you can do to help out. Awesome. She's gonna put her Cash App in the chat, and that's gonna be the deal. I can't make you do anything, but if you are moved by her words, I would implore you to show her how much. So we're gonna get into our open mic list before she does a full feature. I'm sorry, before they do a full feature. We're starting off with Mayhis to Gustav Salas. What you got for me?
Okay, when I come to a new space, I generally do one of two poems. This is Holographic Universe. 1, 2, 3, check, check, check. Beamed up from Prague like Star Trek. I got lines going on to infinity. Some call me a poet and some a divinity, but I never take me too seriously. I'm living on the edge deliriously. Future evolution depends on our decisions now. Surmounting every difficulty will show you how. Words flowing out like Niagara falls in your lap like Viagra to keep that booty shaking as Armageddon's quaking. My rhyme's erect, it's never flaccid, complex like deoxyribose nucleic acid. I've been up all night, I keep going and going and going, and where this will stop, there's no way of knowing. Leo Dragon's my horoscope, I'm pyrotechnic like a great white dope. I'm on fire and everything's funny. I'm the freaking Energizer Bunny. It's inside me. There's always more. 7 days a week. I'm on 24. Plugged in, blissed out. I'm inspired into cosmic consciousness. I'm hardwired. I'll live forever. I'll die trying. At light speed, I'm time defying. Real serious like the dog star, yet delirious like a drug czar. If making my own synchronicity seems like egocentricity, I've got my flaws but live life to the hilt. Love and do what thou wilt. Third eyes on like I got x-ray specs. We're driven to the edge of Cassandra complex, but we roll with the shocks. We're putting everything back in Pandora's box. The golden apple goes to the fairest. I'm dressed to thrill. All hail heiress. Sacrifice to Bacchus another Red Bull while giving thanks and being mindful of all the joy that surrounds us, even when all their bullshit hounds us. Back on earth where we live life, death, rebirth, and the afterlife. And I'm sailing away. Live in the now, live for today. The river Styx we all will cross. In Hades, I'll be my boss. Non serviam, I'll tell the ruler. We'll install central air. Now that's cooler. In the underworld without a care. All my best friends are there. We'll open a club. We'll call it heaven. It'll be rocking 24/7. Orgiastic revels. I'm not joshing. Dionysian, Hieronymus, Bashan. We like it spicy. Got no taste for mild. Our party motor running. Reborn to be wild. We're quantum mechanics under the hood, meta programming for the common good. If Einstein's relativity is E equals MC squared, this means that good times are best when they are shared. Our cup runneth over a cornucopia. This underground network's created this utopia. We make the rules by which this game is played. Got a grip on the eternal golden braid. So if you're down with what we're professing, come with us, we're effervescing to these naked truths we're undressing. Love one another. It's a blessing. Thank you. Love you all. Love you, Ray Jane.
Thank you, Megas. What a great piece. I love it. I love it. You always bring the energy. That's what's up. We need that. Get that vibe up. Amazing. So next on the list, we got Terry Rose.
Hello.
Hello.
Now for something completely different. Water the weeds and that's what you will have. It only makes sense that the thing you give your power to will have power over you. Consider our flowers. We all want more of them. Don't focus on that snake in the grass over there. Still be cautious of where you step and the company you keep. Watch what you eat. You will be consuming that thing, entering your bloodstream and your spirit by way of your mouth. Be even more mindful of what you speak into existence. Speak life wherever you are planted, even though you may have lost the bloom of youth, and pray for water daily for sustenance.
Okay, okay. She came out here with the yellow, doing her thing, doing her thing. Yellow is supposed to make people happy, the color of yellow. And you definitely made us happy today, Terry Rose.
Thank you.
Get her book as well. if you can. If you're balling like that, go ahead and get everybody's books. You know what I'm saying? Just hit up Red or Green Books and get everybody's books, and then go to Ray Jane's website and get hers.
Here's my book. I have Ray Jane's book.
All right.
I have Shockie's book.
Yeah, I got everyone's book too. I couldn't find them. All right. Up next, we got, Kelly Mary McAllister, one of my favorite poets out right now. Right up there with Ray Jane. In my likes. I'm not saying like ranking anybody, just how
But did you know that she just won her very first in-person slam that she ever did?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I did it with a poem from one of Ray Jane's workshops.
Yeah, she did. Really rock.
It all just comes full circle.
I
But
got
I
a question.
Yeah,
I got a
so you
question
can
for
just
you.
send me cash.
Huh?
I don't have a book out, so you can just send me cash.
Yeah, you could just send it. I got a question for you that is unrelated to this, right? So
Okay.
I saw a TikTok that everywhere but the United States, the news is saying that the United States is under attack. Does it say that in Canada?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, no.
All right.
But like, we're sort of like the weird, awkward American cousin where people aren't quite sure how honest to be with us because we have a resentful connection, but a connection nonetheless.
All right.
All right. Shall I begin?
Yes.
All right. This is so new, it doesn't have a title yet. Oh my God, buddy. Okay, hold on. Shut down. Okay. Behave. Behave. The chairs in this waiting room are too small. The unforgiving plastic arms cut into the flesh of my belly, which spills over the side a little. That's me, a mess a decade in the making. I'm used to this indignity. You see, very rarely does the seating suit me. But this is a bariatric clinic, a place for people like me, a place for the befores where they try to make us into the afters. I like the word bariatric. I think it's kind of cute. Makes me think of aging bears wearing little round spectacles on graying little snoops. Not like the word obese, with that long, ominous E, like a screech or a beseech, like morbidly obese. I am morbid, admittedly, humorously. But medically, I guess that's me, obese, morbidly. I've never had a doctor call me that, though, not to my face. It's reserved for comments from strangers passing on the streets or hurled from the back seat of a car flying down the concrete. I used to keep my eyes down when I walked, just focus on my own 2 feet. If carrying the scorn of the world was a sport, I'd be an athlete. I've been carrying this weight since before the scale confirmed my fate, a tendency to fat being a family trait. So the panic started when I was about 8, a totally normal size for a childlike state. But the fear in my mother's eyes didn't abate, so for decades I have been hyper aware of everything I ate, but also taught to clean my plate. I learned to hide what I was eating, cheating on the diets my mother had me completing, repeating the toxic behaviors of her own rearing. But trying to hate yourself thin is inherently self-defeating. So I tried to love myself to health, regardless of my size, overcome my overwhelming fear of exercise. Not the movement itself, but the judgment I felt. Whenever I went out, the derision spat at me, or even the encouragement, patronizing, if heartfelt. I got myself a dog. And together we explored this incredible city, the journey its own reward. And would you look at that? The pounds started to disappear. Not that I was keeping track, but the people I hold dear couldn't wait to comment on how I appeared, their well-meaning compliments as cutting as a sneer. But I wasn't being austere. I didn't live in fear. I was happy. That's what mattered. I was active, my mind clear. But my hips disagreed. My femurs all bent out of shape. And slowly every step became pain I couldn't escape. Now I walk with a cane, a limp that makes my back ache, and icing on this cake is the surgeon's take. He can fix it, but won't, because I gained back the weight. So I sit in this room with the uncomfortable chairs and I listen to platitudes about restraint and forbearance. The glances are back looking askance at my cane, and when I use a wheelchair, I'm terrified of what people will say. I just wanted to be happy. Is that too much to ask? Can't fat people be happy? It doesn't mean thin folks lack. But right now, I'd simply settle for a chair that fits my ass.
Speaking the truth, I know that exact struggle. Yeah, so thank you for bringing light to things like that. All right, Kelly is working on a manuscript. I know she doesn't have it out yet, but it is amazing. So when that does come around, just know I'm gonna be, dancing around with that too. I'm gonna get her and Ray James. I'm gonna be like, look at these books. But yeah, so up next we got Mama Teresa.
Hi, y'all. Good to see you. My continuing saga of Egypt. Against the sun. Every time I hug a tree, I know the hug of spirit. I hold tight for a while just to feel that energy. I whisper into the bark, thank you, my ears hear. You're welcome. Go share your love. And I think of you floating down the Nile River, holding my hand. I catch my breath. One moment, and you are gone. I walk back into the present, and your blue-green eyes say, not ready. A teardrop rolls down your face. You are still frozen in that past life when we fought together against the sun. Thank you.
Beautifully spoken as always, just so soft and mellow, but powerful words. This is the first time I have seen you without a head covering.
I do take them off sometimes.
All right. And I tell you what, she is so soft spoken, but when you try to do things, she will yell at you. I got yelled at by Mama Teresa in New Mexico. Okay. She said, Shockie, don't play with me. You better go sit down. I said, yes, ma'am. But yes, thank you, Teresa. Up next, we got Mary Lee. I got to meet Mary Lee in NYC.
That was fun.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hear what you gotta hear.
Okay, so this is called, thank you very much, by the way. This is called The Price of Peace and Quiet. So relaxing to take the subway. Let someone else do the driving. Just gonna write a bit. Huh? Oh my God. Over here we have phones playing. Who'll take phones playing? It's a game. It's a hula clip. We have one. Who'll take two? We have two. And over here a third. It's music without earbuds. Who'll take music without earbuds? No earphones. No sound stoppers at all. People going once, going twice. Wait, there's another entry. We have entertainers singing off key to their guitars, singing off key, off key, off key. And now we have a music speaker cranked up and pole dancing hip hoppers. Who'll take hip hoppers? Hip hoppers. Oh, and now they're spinning on their heads on the floor. Hip hoppers. And now a subway delay. Everyone, a subway delay. Who'll take a subway delay? And now a transfer to another train. Who knows which one? Transfer. Who'll take a transferred person in a gap hoodie by the back door bidding 25. Who'll bid 30? 30 over here from someone flouncing in a huge peacock hat. 35 from a person wearing plaid, so out of date. Oh, wait, folks, there's a subway announcement. Sounds urgent, but no one can understand. Might want to take that transfer just in case. And peacock bids 40. Now adding to the bidding, peace and quiet. Who'll bid 45? 45 for peace and quiet from a pissed-looking writer with a notebook. 50 from peacock, 55 for plaid, 60 from pissed, 65 plaid, 70 pissed, 75 plaid. Pissed writer has now bid 200. Anyone 205? Going once, going twice. Peace and quiet sold for 200 to pissed writer. And now there's a man spreading his legs, hogging the seat space. Man spread. Who'll bid? Hey, pissed, where are you going? You just won the bidding for peace and quiet. Well, now that's an impolite gesture. Who'll bid 25 for impolite gesture? 25. Thank you.
I've always wondered what kind of person can be an auctioneer. I've never been able to do it. And it makes sense that it would be some kind of poet that would get down perfect. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing it. All right, and up next, before our feature is on deck, but we are gonna let my uncle Generalissimo do a piece, if he's still here.
Yes, is Marissa here?
Yes, she is.
Okay, I'm gonna write this piece.
Yes, I'm here.
It's a very special piece I wrote a long time ago called A Recipe for Marissa.
Oh.
There have been people who have tried to replicate the recipe for Marissa product. The list of ingredients is your guess is as good as mine type stuff. A properly prepared plate of Marissa Prada would undoubtedly have to include both red and green hot peppers cultivated in the desert soils of New Mexico. Of course, they would be used for both savory and sweet purposes. When serving up some Marissa, it is totally appropriate to dip the peppers in melted chocolate or maybe drizzle them with luscious lemony hollandaise sauce. But the main ingredient would be words. Words that sing and dance and laugh and wear their hearts on their sleeves. Of course, a good dish of Marissa would be incomplete without hugs and love and shoulders made for crying on. Marissa Prada might have nutritious curative properties, but she is not food. She is a woman, mother, boss lady extraordinaire, mamacita caretaker, and the kind of friend we all wish existed till we were awarded the privilege of being her friend and realized she is reality.
You big old chubby bear.
Oh, thanks, G. I love you back, my twin.
So, Generalissimo, talking about chocolate chili, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So while we were in New Mexico, Priceless became like my bestie, right? He acts like my cousin. He reminds me a lot of my cousin. So we're in this little ice cream shop, and Marissa's little boy toy, I don't know if they're still together or not, but Chaz comes out and he's like, yo, I got this chocolate with chilies in it. And I'm sitting here with Priceless, and he's like, you got to try it or I'm not going to try it. And Priceless is like, I don't want it. So Chaz is like, nah, you gotta take it, you gotta take it, you gotta take it. And he does it like 20 times. Come on, man, come on, man, come on, man, come on, man. And he keeps going. And Priceless is like, Chaz, I don't want this fucking chocolate. And he looks away. Chaz tries to put it in his mouth. Like, come on, man, just take the chocolate. You gotta try it. You can't leave me out. I have never seen a man so calmly be pissed off in my life.
Like Priceless was calmly pissed off. I felt like during a lot of the shenanigans. He's my boo. I know I can count on him. I'm like, we're gonna go through some shit, but we're gonna smile about it. And so we're so fucking lucky to have Priceless. Like, let me just tell you, that man, he's like balances everything and makes everything much more calm and stable. So thank you, Priceless.
He hates it because I tell him he was chocolate raped. Because like when it was all going down, I was like, let's have a conversation on consent. And if someone says no, it means no. And then it was like, not when it comes to chocolate. Price, take the chocolate. Like I almost fell out of my chair laughing. It was the funniest thing.
I wish I would have got some audios about that, because I did find a lot of fun audios for the movie. And then the video of Chaz in those short shorts with the like, it's so funny. Like, it is going in the clips for the movie, but I'm breaking it up into like just keep stabbing the dead horse with that movie.
Ice cream.
Huh?
I'm still looking at the cream cone picture.
I didn't get it. You were breaking up. The audio was breaking up.
The ice cream cone picture.
Oh, I have it. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
That whole situation was hilarious. And like while he's doing this, as soon as he gets done with this chocolate situation, Nopal Flour knocks over this super expensive like glass thing, and so we all took off running and left her because nobody was trying to pay for that. Apparently they didn't charge her.
We had such a good time.
But all that said,
that was the Sunday Mama Teresa cussed us out.
Yep, that was the Monday, the day that she cussed us out. I forgot. Yeah, Black was the other one with me that was trying to go, and Teresa was like, "Sit y'all asses down."
Yeah.
Not on my watch.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't want any of my babies to get hurt, because you all are beautiful chocolate babies. I did not want a single one of you to get hurt.
What was happening is there was a protest. A bunch of men with AK-47s were in the square, and they were, like Unite the Right type protests. And Priceless and I were like, fuck that, we're gonna go over there and read some poems. How about that? And Teresa was like, absolutely not, because they're gonna shoot you. Like, this is not the time to do that. So yeah, we are here because Teresa would not let us pretend we were gangster in New Mexico. So that's what happens. But yes, back to our feature. The night is not about that. It is about our feature, Ray Jane, the Thunder Lung. I hope that she is going to sing at some point today, because I just love when she does poems where she sings. But if not, I guess it's okay. It is what it is, and whatever.
We
But
knew
other
something
than that,
about the Baker Sweet Love.
I don't co-sign whatever he said about Sweet Love. I didn't say that. But yeah, you got 15 minutes. Wow us.
All right, no pressure or anything like that, As Shockie mentioned, I'm Ray Jane. I'm so excited to be with you all. And I'm gonna read you several pieces from my new book, Black Like That. Y'all gonna get real sick of me, as the as that gift says, and that's okay, I feel like I spend a lot of time creating space for others, and I have to get comfortable with allowing space to be made for me. So this book is supposed to be a journey through my Blackness, so much so that there aren't any chapters. Someone who was kind enough to do a review for me, one of my poetry mentors, Peggy Robles Alvarado. If y'all don't know her, y'all need to get to know her, okay? Because she is very much about the community in the way that we need to be building and maintaining community. And she suggested, after reading my book, that there are no chapters, that what I'm bringing you through are different mileposts, right? Introducing you to different parts of this journey that I'm on. So I'm gonna take you on a couple of these mileposts with me. And for each one, I usually have a little saying, something that us Black folks say, something that doesn't belong to any one of us, but belongs to all of us. So for the first milepost, it is entitled, The First Thing the Dead Might Say. And the question is, who your people? And so the first poem goes, what music do your bones hold? These bones vibrate, slapping a line of white ivories on card table they shake. Lovers a booming bass, bellowing forever like the shape of 808, like the dope boys rolling slow down the block. Rhythms heating concrete provide music sheets. You can hear these bones coming. Rumbling hood symphonies, old heads become slowly bobbing great domes, offering quick glimpses of respect. Recognizing similar cadence in my joints, twisting in and out of 4/4 tempos, the realness rising about my drop top oval windows rolled down by hand, earning its breeze. It be funkified, fried, dyed, and blow dried, but still rocking freshly crisp curlers in the melodies of hair salons, spilling tea behind me. It's summertime and it's summertime, and the music is easy. Immortal symphonies aging gracefully in my marrow. All right, Shockie, that was for you. That was for you, Shockie. Shockie's like, yes. Look at the rest of y'all, yeah. All right. So that's the first milepost, which is essentially supposed to introduce you to some of the first memories I have of being Black and what that means to me. The next milepost is entitled Grain Memory, and it asks you to always follow your first mind. And this poem is entitled The Game of Life. In Mama's house, we don't play no games. Even when game is on the table, every card drawn is battle. We become swordsmen at dinner, learning early why Daddy made Mama his bookkeeper.
Grits were mixed with lessons. Daddy stored cards underfoot, so we walked with stealth, expecting to be cheated. Slaps of ivory tore through ears, so we learned how to celebrate, to take up space, to feel victory vibrate our bones. At penultimate, the kitchen table reminded us that going bubble was possible. Right? Right? All right, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's where I had learned it, you know? I got one of my good friends over this time, I'm not talking to myself. Although, you know, sometimes I do that. And it helps me. I hope it helps you when you talk to yourself. Okay? The next milepost on our journey is asking, who is the human? Right? So a lot of the atrocities that we see often, unfortunately, perpetuated against Black skin, usually done by other human beings, right? And the extent of which makes us pause and ask, how could a human being do such a thing? Period. Forget to another human being. So a poem in this chapter, which is perhaps, I feel like is one of my most controversial pieces, but that's only because I'm cussing it in a bunch. And I feel like I have to explain it to my grandmama when she read it. But it's also one of my favorite poems to read because I get to have, I think, the most personality in it. And it's entitled July 4th, America Might Be a Hoe. Y'all see why I'm worried about grandma, okay? Y'all pray for me. America got the fattest ass. The way she just showing it all the time, she crashed. Got that thing just hanging out, make you want to smack that. No shame, mad, nasty. According to its own standards, America might be a hoe. She's stunning, a slut, a fast woman, busting it for everybody to see. Ass up, head down, shame crown. Popping it for whoever got them dollars. With its people as the pole, America keeps that ass swole, working them souls she cajoles. My brother tried to say it's pancake. Nah, it's the juiciest, so juicy, it's still in business. Nocturnal and barely hidden, acrobating till daylight, then walking out the nightlight. Nothing happened. But yo, let me not diminish real hard working hoes. America lazy, she got mad moves. But she an old pole worker, blocking at the polls. Sis been spinning since Reconstruction. Even before then, she was straddling natives, renaming them Indians. Her first stage name, Buffalo Betty, but had to change it for political correctness. First to shake weight, bury history and fake the wake. Get up on the casket and serve the morning cake. Seductively licking frosted amber waves of grain. Let me say it again. That ass done twisted, cries into singing. That thing been thangin', got security gang banging, letting all her homies hit it. Confidently, she admitted. By her own standards, America a hoe, so on a beat they expect her to throw it. Forget all the hearts broken. She keeps her death pussy wet, keeps churning hips, turning slave ships to sell 6 by 6. The first trick, if you think you ain't your pimp, you a silly simp. Cause while you throw your dollars and eat your wings, you don't feel your own cheeks clapping to her music. Hypnotic, red, white, and blue, making wickedness erotic, morals chaotic, but shake that ass. Get that money, honey, it's all game till it ain't funny. Till that ass got you running, wondering how you got into stilettos, where your coverings went. Why, you stardusted on stage, America got you bent. Tried to teach you how to shake, but you too late, too soft. Can't move in the key of hate, but hey, soon you'll catch the rhythm. It's the American way. And on July 4th, you can sample your ass off on that B-Day set list. Now the injections finally got you solved. So can you see why fire works? light up the world and call it a twerk. America got you tweaking, she leaking, and you soaking wet, dying just to be up under her dress. Say less. She shake her ass while she confessed to caging dreamers, baby. She considered that finesse. Sacrilegious and scantily dressed. American ass does it best. World champion drop. She'll send you to the Olympics, then reject your magic. If you dare try to headline, she dig and find any reason to keep that line, keep that light off your mind. Dig and find, she dig and find. Sell you premium roll and call cops every time. Lower bar while you flip outside your britches. Change the scorecard to keep her riches. She dethrone any fish trying to swim in her sea with their own natural on. Cut your mic and turn her jam back on. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Ocean on fire on your Earth Day. Seems apropos. Still, bring the sparklers though. Cause America stay lit, no matter how it go. She gonna shake that ass while we throwing and drowning her remix, stepping good while we stay stepping in it. While she wild and not so discreetly disastrous, yelling, girl, turn that destruction up, that's my shit. But why you ain't dancing? Ain't you independent?
Well, I was trying to get my twerk on, and then you hit me with that line, and I was like, oh, let me put my hand out real quick.
Let me put it down. Thank you. Listen, it's real. You know, they do it so well. Sometimes I'm terrified by it. Like, wow, is it a routine? Is it choreographed? Because it's almost beautiful how the dastardliness is laid out upon our Black bodies. Got to be choreographed, at least some of it, right? And speaking of Black bodies, we made it to milepost 6, those bodies. And in this milepost we ask, they say Black don't crack. And this poem is entitled For the Black Body. Jaheim McMillan, armed with a black body, dared to exist in the sunlight, extinguished well before he'd know the reach of his legacy, taken again. Another rewritten history where the innocent become the enemy again. Another Black forever, reduced to a body, and we add another name to the tally of Black men slain to distract us from the carnage of capitalist gain. Drag, chalk from bottom to top of a Black life, reduce us to outlines. The other day I saw Anubis. Yesterday I saw Anubis. Today I saw Anubis write a new name, Keenan Anderson. Against my better judgment, I lost count of the executions. I watched again, mine absent, yet wondering how I can still subject myself to repetitive spiritual battery. Who will I be when the acrid acid of its assaults overloads my capacitor, starting to behave like I'm Pavlov's? Trigger warnings got Bull Connor's dog salivating. Taste for persecution, solution to the Black problem. Ways the same as the trauma in a Black body's swing, a Black body's last song, how it's often a scream. I can't breathe. Wails the same grim melody as they trying to George Floyd me. Death notes attempt to lull us witnesses back to sleep. Other Black bodies to consider privileged to still be living. To be on this side of the cell phone screen as if we aren't able to feel his anxiety, his terror. Our faces cementing, inside battle is raging, mistaken for inability to recall easily, easier that many, how many times a day this skin recalculates the likelihood of my survival. How this skin demands that I clutch joy with both hands. 'Cause I'll never know when I'll lose another black man. Again, I choose to lift the black man. Again, 'cause all the world can be a noose to the black man. Again. So for you, black man, again, stolen black man, I snatch back your name and return to you all of your breaths taken. I still got a little time. Yes.
Yeah, you got some time.
Milepost 7, Wanted. So if you buy the book, you will also see advertisements that freed Black people had to put into newspapers to find their lost loved ones throughout the book. There's links to where you can go and explore that for yourself. If you got a last name that maybe is a little less unique, right? You could go back a little bit further than most of us. It might be worthwhile to see if any of your people were looking for each other, which I thought was kind of dope. I put my family name in there, but we ain't really get nothing. So we still lost in the wind, right? So in a lot of ways, writing this book is a means of me telling a story that we didn't get to keep. And this poem is entitled Mutiny for that reason. Here we be, death-defying feats, tight roping an infinity, glorious to say the least. We rise in heaps, following great spirit forward, onward, no kin to defeat. When killed continuously, no death could shake our feet. Our hips mud bricked, we concrete. We are the leap, pushing forward no matter the fee, paying in blood and even in dreams. We stay present on through hydrant and teeth. We know from whom this strength was bequeathed. So if your skin stays too brown, stand up on your feet. If your lips were once considered too round, get your ass up and clap. But won't you look at that? The very thing they hated and painted on us mid-contortion, they run to foreign to implant into the body, gaudy indentations out of proportion. It's the closest the vultures will ever get to that. Fight me, if it ain't a fact. As a matter of tact, I'll be polite and just let you hold that. And now we're back. And while the bombs are still falling over Baghdad, we will the light to rise over Palestine. Great God piping through our gifts, articulating in various versions of Einstein, the roots of the genius are mine, telling the devil, now get thee behind. We reclaim our time, reclaim our minds, show the world that gold isn't in our minds, but the deep connection we aim to find. Noting first that any crime against the rich in wine deserves collective switch, boomerang lash of whip to silence pseudo-masses' lying lips. We are already equipped, so rise and take back the ship.
And I want to point out that this book came out on October 1st. So that was before the bombing of Israel by Hamas or the terroristic attack. So just Shane knew to this, she true to this. Okay. All right, you got one more in you?
I do,
Okay.
and I appreciate you. And in that same vein, right, I think poetry is something that's built in your blood. Whether you decide to be a poet today or tomorrow, you're going to be what you are. And I think that's always been true for me, and I'm grateful for that truth. I've been a poet since I met words, right? And I hope that that's one of the last things I'm able to do before I leave this world, is to be leaving it in poetry. And I can't help but be loud, and I can't help but speak against what's wrong, because that's in me.
And so this poem is one of my oldest poems that I wrote in college. I went to Syracuse University, and for Halloween one year, a few underclassmen thought it would be a great idea to dress up in blackface. And our journalistic community thought it would be an even better idea to put that on the front page of our newspaper. And not because it was wrong, but because it was Halloween. And they didn't even see how that could be painful for a large population of their student body. And it was so much so that we took to the streets. And that was my first opportunity to use my poetry in activism. And so I'll end very much the way I began. And this poem is entitled Politicking. I don't know shit about politics. Oh, but if you ask me whose video is the illest and whose rhyme style is the realest, yeah, I can tell you that. Politics though, nah, I don't know shit about that. I don't care about Bushes in Iraq or the funds that we lack, but I could tell you there ain't no war on crack, no recently passed act to make a liberal or Republican give a damn about my international ties. Or should I say, my lack thereof. Because even though they stand and proclaim on anything.gov that the sky's my limit, they never hesitate to trim it. That is my connection to a way to realize these dreams they claim are not deferred. Sometimes I catch a political address, listening for any word, indication to me that one day we'll have TV in every classroom. Enough trumpets to make a band. Neighborhoods that don't fume with toxic waste plants, genetically engineered ants who come bite little Ray Ray and Shay Shay and get them type of cancer that ain't covered by Medicaid. Yeah, maybe then I won't hover around the fact that anything black still has a negative connotation. And the majority of soldiers stationed overseas have Jackson and Ruiz for last names. Maybe then I won't call it a shame when the Constitution can be used to tap my cell and my phone in the basement and federal agents are mad because them phones ain't been on since your daddy got laid off from Walmart. America ain't got no heart. The blood pumping through its veins been tainted for centuries by national and international enemies whose interests always find a way to creep over the citizen, take a squat, lay something foul and still be found innocent. Yeah, I just love how nothing we own is owned by us. How the in God we trust ain't backed by gold, so the ink gets a little bit more faint every day. How public school is just like boarding school, you know, just without the funding. Tiny bit of Fahrenheit 48ing the book list. How my grandpa is still working at that tender age of 73, holding on to me for dear life because his social security check is about $12, but his prescription is just over 50,000. Yes, son, I heard it through the grapevine that monopolies are just fine, that the people outside the U.S. need jobs more than we do. And you too could get the cure for AIDS and cancer if you got the dough, boo. And if you ain't know, the best way to get reelected is to take the niggas you rejected and try to sign their language on a public service message. They won't remember how you never heard one single lie. Covered up with every single lie with a white girl cry, a kente tie that you could loosen when the sin choked too much. Yup, every day my wallet gets a little fucked. Bushonomics cost more than Reaganomics. We can't tell the difference between an Arab and a Sheik. Place them all under Muslim terrorist heading. I'm too busy on the streets, selling purses to pay for college tuition, selling dope to keep from sniffing, living dirty so I won't miss a sweet kiss from my babies because I'm off in the Navy dodging bullets not meant for me. What we haven't learned yet from slavery, a lesson to look around at your own shit. The poverty, the pain, 5-year-old girls aspiring to dance in videos, internet gangsters trying to steal my right to prose, trying to get a history lesson on every page that ain't ripped out, African-American studies program that hasn't been phased out, trying to find my mom and pop store that they closed down so some fucking corporation could keep us all down, watching the destruction of everything that I love. With audacity, when you clearly see my eyes are filled with tears, how America has been systematically fucking me all these years. What's private bleeds and my womb falls free, legislation finally aborting me. You ask me why I don't watch politics on TV, why I haven't kept up. I look up, eyes as cloudy as a monsoon, give you the finger so you know what to do, tell you simply, I've been too busy
watching my soul die to vote, watching my baby choke on industry smoke, watching the jails fill with all my mans in them who sold you what you supplied as the penitentiary becomes an industry and all my black babies get sucked in. When brown people barely make up 30% of the land and 90% of us end up in shackles about our wrists again. Yeah, son, I know exactly why the charges stick, why the Senate and House of Reps are still filled with hicks, why all the Fortune 500 companies are still run by dicks. And before the channel flicks, you try to tell me I don't know shit about politics.
Y'all, unmute those mics. Give it
Go
up.
crazy.
Woohoo!
Go
My
crazy,
God.
Queen, indeed.
Great
Yeah,
job, Ray
Gotta get
Jane.
that book.
Facts.
dope,
Facts.
Got
dope,
Amazing set.
dope,
Absolutely
Fabulous.
incredible.
Appreciate y'all for the gift of your attention. If you want to experience that for yourself in print, you can find us. It's rayjane.com/shop. I also, y'all be the first to hear this publicly. Okay, we dropping some new news. You know how they used to say, 2023, Ray Jane, audio book is coming out. A couple of weeks, so please keep your eyes.
97.
Okay, some people like to have me as an audio experience, and I want you all to choose your experience of me. And I'm treating this book like this might be the last one I ever do, first and last. I hope not, but if it is, I want you to have the full Ray Jane experience. So please come through, get with me, and I thank you for all your support and love.
Thank you. Fire Queen.
Thank you. You're not done yet though, so relax. Just painting behind you. This painting behind you. I really like it. Where'd it come from? Where'd you get that?
My daddy had gave that to me. He came through, I think last Christmas, because he knew I would be moving into a new place. He wanted me to be reminded, who I am. It's very easy to forget that when we venture out into our own individuality. So just as I'm grateful for this community that edifies and pours into me, I couldn't do anything without my parents.
Yes. I didn't get to meet Mama, but I got to meet Pops, and he was super dope. So I get it. What's your favorite color?
Officially blue, but right now it's purple.
Okay. But I see the glasses, so the blue makes sense. I got you. And lastly, if you could give advice to your younger self or to someone else who is coming up, what would your advice be?
It would be twofold. One for your yes and one for your no. I would say part of your life is to figure out what makes you say yes and to do that. And the other part of your life is to figure out what your no's are and to stick to them. And don't let people talk you out of your no.
Hey, all right. Profound. That's what I'm saying. Poetry off the cuff. Thank you. As always, thank you so much. I appreciate you for sharing your time and your talents with us. I'm sure we will. I know for a fact, looking at my calendar, we're gonna cross paths again soon. So I'm excited about that. I see we had some new people join. We had Ethan. I'm not sure if he's still here. Erica, and she said she was driving. Shanson. Before we run back through the list again, did anyone want to jump on? Did anyone have a piece that they wanted to do? All right, Nicole Brown. Then we got Priceless. Nicole, you got something for us? Let's hear. Can you hear me? Is there anybody out there? All right.
I see Nicole. Did you say she was spitting something wrong with my phone?
Yeah, she said she wanted to do something and then
I'm
said
seeing her head.
she muted.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I don't know if they can hear me.
I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
good. I'm gonna go on a spiritual note. Something that I hardly don't do, and I don't know if you can see me. I hope you can't because I don't be looking that very good because I ain't got, but it's all right because I'm getting ready for bed. This is called He Cares for You. Whatever the problem, I know that the Lord will see you through. He cares for you. If you cast your cares on Jesus, He will care for you. If you take one step, Jesus will take more than one to you. You're special to Him. He will do that just for you. Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Red, yellow, black, and white, they are precious in His sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. He's got the whole world in His hands. For your life, He has plans. Jesus is a great man, a gentleman. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty man. Yes, His name is Jesus. He made the ultimate sacrifice on that old rugged cross just for me and you. He shows no partiality, meaning that He loves us equally. I'm a living witness that you should cast your cares on Jesus, like 1 Peter 5:7 states. Trust me in God. Acting on this verse and many others is not a big mistake. It's a great choice. So lift your voice, hands, and all of your being. Call on Jesus. Truly cast your cares and all of your anxieties on that great man because Jesus, He cares for you and for your life. He has great plans. This message is for all mankind, for their lives to be fine, for the manifestation of their lives' desire. Pass this valuable information on to others, even your sisters and brothers. At times like these, the world smothers us with so much grief, pain, anxiety. Learn, memorize, and apply 1 Peter 5:7 for relief and step into a meaningful life. That verse reads, casting all your cares on Him, for He cares for you. If you cast your cares on Jesus, He'll care for you. And whatever the problem, I know that the Lord will see you through. I'm a living witness that all of this information is true. May God bless all of you in a life that's true. That's that peace.
All right, took us to church. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Next up, we got Priceless. Priceless also has a feature coming up at 9:15 with Put It in the Chat. If he wants to put the link in there, he can. Priceless, you got something for us?
Yeah. What are we attached to? In a land more staged than living. People more tethered figurines than human. Why does this land hate women and children and black and brown voices that enunciate truth, freedom, and choice, but love venomous tongues and burning bodies? Why are wombs and skin noosed by flagpole ropes, always hung half-mast to show the country who's boss? A constant battle between holy and capital gang, power monger directing every scene. Who is puppeteering this minstrel show of puckered lips and greased palms, pledging allegiance to inanimate objects, fingers full of bad intentions and greed? Doing right is a dangling string glued to influence. Love is no longer tied to mercy nor grace. Welcome to the land of curdling screams and sour grapes. Do we even soul anymore? faith, or empathy, past a post, a trending topic, territorial wars, police shootings, a week of protest, 2 days of riot, compassion beyond commercials of crying crippled dogs and swollen bellies. Have we all been infected with fly on the eye syndrome, unbothered until the next segment of breaking news? When did bombs bursting in air over fields of children become brave? What are we attached to? Death, anxiety, poverty, PTSD, dreams of hands up, another reel marionetting us away from our purpose. Crickets must have replaced our hearts, Jiminy in blackface, just a smiling as we perform through social media-induced delirium. I'd like to say I'm a real boy, but I feel the strain. Strung along by American lies, geppettoed by one chiseling image after another, carved out by trauma. I would be lying if I said I'm not almost desensitized to bloodshed. Don't want my nose to grow. Don't need to create another branch liberty can cancel me from. In a world where real puppets, boys, aren't supposed to emotion or be black and alive, or be loved beyond what they provide, where real mothers, puppets, real women aren't supposed to be queens, or be black and alive, or be powerful, or be in control of their bodies, where women and children aren't real, just puppets, just traffic, just casualties of war, organs, and sex. I know you think I'm crazy. These ain't no conspiracies. Can't you see what I see? These strings, this gun in my back. I've been stuffing pain into knot holes so long, it's starting to seep through my grain. These tears thick like sap, turmoil saturating my bark, weight too heavy for my limbs. I'm just trying to get you to pay attention. I just want to be a real boy. Maybe one day we will all be unattached.
Right, priceless.
Yeah.
Always just powerful, just powerful. And he's hilarious too. You wouldn't expect him to be as hilarious as he is, but he is. Indeed.
Righteous work.
Yes. All right. Ms. Zaney, you still with us?
I am. If you happen to see a dog on the screen while I do my poetry, I am also dog sitting at the moment for another client. So, okay. This piece. I was born by a river, right off the avenue, born to a naval soldier. She was perplexed that out of her womb was a girl. Her firstborn, she was having trouble with providing a name for me, yet she was so excited about the long list of boys' names imagined. She had not a clue what to do. No family, no friends. She couldn't ask loved ones for no advice. So she didn't think twice after the naval doctors mentioned that I was special. The needs of a child coming into this world out of wedlock was more important than how on earth she can raise a daughter that she never intended to have. Hell, the woman practically raised brothers, had to take care of mother because father was barely home. So alone she was in a hospital room, holding me. Grateful to the 2 naval nurses whose names I currently possess for assisting this woman, the one and only in the entire world, with a name so beautiful, you'll never forget it once it is told. Thank you.
Thank you. Love it. Ethan, you over there buttoning up and stuff. You about to play something for us?
May I?
Yes.
All right.
We'll have Chance on read.
Thank you. It's great to see you, Shockie. I'm so used to seeing just your Facebook picture.
Yeah, I try to hide, but
Thank you.
You see me throwing my bra and panties on stage? The reaction? Thank you, Ethan, for that vibe. It's been a while since I've heard you, so thank you very much. All right. Last but not least, we got Chan-san, the haiku king. Actually, Chan-san, I don't like to start nothing, but Ms. Zaney was saying that she was actually the haiku king. So you kind of you gotta, you gotta work that out with her. I'm just saying what she told me. So
well, I guess I don't know. I mean, it depends. I guess if we're going by numbers or quality, but I have almost 3,800, so.
Where he has me on how let me rephrase this. Where he has me on how long his list is, I have an variety of other things, such as somewhat of an illustration and response crews as well, if anyone's following me on TikTok. So
I'm just kidding. You guys.
That is true. She does have me there. So I mean, I do enjoy your haiku. So it's no hate here.
As I do you.
It's no competition, we love all poets and all sorts of expression. I just like to start stuff. I'm an instigator. I've always have been. So all right, Chanson, let's have it.
All right, so I wrote two haiku today. So here they are. Ray Jane's Black Like That. The Queen's voice filled with wisdom, filled with majesty. Ray Jane's Black Like That. The Queen's voice filled with wisdom, filled with majesty. You once picked from me, then I was your whipping post, a strange appendage. You once picked from me, then I was your whipping post, a strange appendage. And that last one, I was trying to write the history of trees since the beginning of slavery in America. And I didn't want to go through a long piece. So I summed it up in 3 lines, and there you go.
So both those pieces weren't for Ray Jane. She didn't burn you.
It was just one. She inspired both. Yes.
Okay. All right. Because if there's tea there, you could definitely spill it. We want to hear it. All right. Because Ray Jane, she's all like good energy and good vibes. If there's tea.
Watch it, Chanson. This between
us.
No. Between us. Remember what we said. Okay, ironclad. That's all I'm gonna say. 2 words, ironclad.
All right, y'all. I know that there are other open mics starting. I was gonna go through the list again, but I ain't gonna keep y'all hostage. I do just ask, come back in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be doing this every 2 weeks with a different feature each week. So I hope that you guys continue to come through and join me. I love the community. So anytime that we can be together, I enjoy it. I believe the next show, our feature is supposed to be Lachelle the Shooter, but we will see. She is, I think she was #2 Woman of the World champion, slam champion, either last year or the year before. So a very amazing poet as well. So if you get a chance to come through for that. Next Tuesday for Halloween, I will be doing a workshop on using imagery to evoke emotion. It's a generative workshop. So if you're interested, please show up for that. Link and everything will be on my Instagram. You guys know I post on there 50 times a day because I'm bored. What else? Am I missing something? Somebody tell me if I'm missing anything for them. Okay. Well then,
karaoke.
What you say?
I said karaoke.
Yes. Is that this weekend or this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend.
All right. So this Saturday, karaoke with Terry Rose Jertson. It's a fun time. I'm gonna be honest, none of us can sing, but it's still a very good time. If you can sing, maybe don't come, because if you show me up, I'm gonna be upset. Because I think I'm Mariah Carey. That's just what it is. Kelly Mary showed up one time and I was like, dang, she could sing a little bit. Like I wanted to mute her mic. But it's a fun time. Also on Friday, my co-host Star Child is doing his book release of his book. It is a Hebrew word, generalissimo. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to, because my uncle will call me out since I am supposed to be like fake Jewish.
Do you know how to spell it?
I do. Let me see if I could get it pulled up. Well, technically it's in Hebrew letters. But either Star Child is hold my tongue. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what I said. I talk a lot of shit, so if I need to hold my tongue, I will. But Hold on. Sorry. I ain't trying to keep y'all hostage. If the show's
Well,
over, I'm
so
gonna
you
go.
remind me of Mariah because you're a butterfly.
Ah, I don't know how to make it so you can see the picture.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's written in Hebrew on his cover, so I don't know how to say it. But
What's happening on the first Sunday of next month?
First Sunday of next month. So November 1st is National Author Day. So on the first Sunday on my show Out Loud, the podcast, I'm gonna have 4 LGBTQ poets that we're just gonna feature that are all authors with that were in the Out Loud anthology. So we have Generalissimo, Star Child, Veronica J, who is amazing, and Pam Rice, all featuring and doing some poems at that time. So I'm really excited about all of that.
Well, I like Pam Rice. She's really cool. She's good.
Pam Rice is cool. Veronica J is also very amazing. So I'm gonna stop the live, guys. But I do